Gutterball Frame 53 coming at you live on a wonderful Thursday afternoon. We got our fantastic guest, Kryptonite, joining us again. Welcome, Kryptonite, back again. This is Gutterball's 1 year anniversary. It's been 1 year around the world, doing Gutterball. It's crazy. Been really fun. Before you forget, we're going to say like, subscribe, comment. If you want to come on as a guest in the future, drop it in the comments below.
Or email
let us know.
gutterballbusiness at gmail.
Yeah, any socials you put it on, we'll see it. We'll reach out for you, reach out to you, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that jazz. Just let us know because we want to have you on. We want to hear about your experiences. We want to see anybody, literally anybody. We'll take you. We don't care. Taliban leaders, don't care. You're coming on. Those submarine people, maybe we can get them a cast in the submarine, as a panicking. I don't know. But we're doing great. How's everyone feeling today? Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been very hot here all week. Working from home a couple days has been kind of nice. Kind of getting back into working out again, getting back into the swing of things. Yeah, so not too bad. Pretty good week so far. How are you doing, Kryptonite? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Busy, working, content, trying to squeeze it all in as well as home life and family time,
Yeah.
It's a juggle, but it's going all right.
Good. Glad to hear it. Well, thank you for coming on again. We appreciate having you also on such short notice for the 1 year. So thanks for being here.
Good to be here.
Hell yeah. Jack, how's your week been?
More of the same old. Target is horribly slashing hours, so now I'm just like really in the grind up gear, find a new job. But other than that, I'm chilling. I'm pretty good. I literally shopped like 20 minutes before the podcast starts, so I had to run home like quick. But I on the way there, I was like, oh, I'll figure I'll try one of these bad boys. It's the Reef 12 milligram THC beverages, Lake Woods Company. I was like, I'll try them, which is legal in the state that I am in, and a 21-year-old adult. So I figured I'd try them out. 12 milligrams ain't doing anything to anybody anyway. So I got a 4-pack.
That would put me on my ass.
I don't think it would. I think you'd be fine. About halfway done with it. It's agave flavored and it is awful. So
it doesn't taste good.
No, it doesn't. The guy at the cash register even told me, I'm like, I don't trust your opinion. I got it anyway.
Yeah.
He was right.
Well,
totally right.
I've heard a lot of those THC drinks taste like shit. A majority of them do anyways. And I hear they do get you messed up. But like one thing, like you guys know that like Mountain Dew came out with like finally like spiked, they have like Mountain Dew alcoholic beverages, they have Baja Blast, all that stuff. Just think about it. There's going to be like a point in time, like 25 years from now, where like Mountain Dew collabs with like a pot company and there's going to be like THC Mountain Dew drinks for the gamers. And it's probably going to exist at some point in our lifetime.
I mean, like I always thought it was crazy. Target had a liquor store, but just imagine Target dispensary or anything like that. Target magic mushrooms, it just takes time. Eventually, it'll get there at some point, No, I will agree. This is disgusting, but I got to finish them all. So I paid $25 for 4 cans.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it was really expensive. It was not. Well, did we ever talk about that we did get legalized in Minnesota now?
That's what I was about to say. It's like, tell Kryptonite, like August 1st, weed's going to be legalized in our state. Which
sales don't begin until January.
Yeah, so it's going to be like I don't really know what to think about it. Like, it's got pros and cons, right? If anything, there's more pros to it because, like, it's just going to really, like, jumpstart the state economy here because, like, dude, they tax the shit out of it. It gets taxed more than alcohol, I think.
It does, 100%.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Minnesota's are one of the lowest taxes so far.
For what they propose?
Yeah. They think it'll pass. I mean, meanwhile, over there in the UK, they still have the guillotine for weed offenses and shit. So you gotta be careful over there. They're on the slow ball. I don't know when they're. Do you think there's any chance in your lifetime you could see it at least being decriminalized or like medical purposes? I don't know if they use it.
Is medical even a thing there?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I think it is. In certain circumstances, I think it is sort of medical. Obviously, there's a lot of like CBD products out here.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got that side of it without the high. But yeah, apart from I don't know. I don't think it ever will
Really?
be
Okay.
legalized.
They're pretty strict.
Yeah,
They're
to be
pretty
honest.
strict. What would you say is like the most abused drug in Europe?
At the
As far-
moment,
Like where
at
you're
the
at?
moment,
Yeah.
I'd probably say cocaine's probably up there at number one.
Cocaine,
I reckon.
Interesting.
really?
At
Yeah.
the moment, yeah.
Yeah, opiates here were like a pretty big thing in the last like 10, like pills have been really, really big here.
It's fentanyl is the top choice, and then meth right after that. Bad shit, man. Not good at all. Like I lost my train of thought.
I never would have
have.
expected a bunch of people in UK to be doing blow though, but it is,
No.
I mean, someone's got to do it.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. No, like with it legalized, and it is good and it's bad because now I'm just gonna go and buy more weed. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. We'll see. At least it'll bring some revenue to the state. Maybe it'll like get a little better infrastructure and such. Yeah, I don't know what's the deal with the UK and just lagging behind. I assume Delta 8 then is outlawed there, correct? It must be. I'm not even sure about that.
Yeah.
Okay. I know the UK was one of the first ones to hop on
See,
that, where they're like,
what-
we need to get rid of that.
Yeah, what I never understood is just like you compare our country, how slow we fucking work on those things compared to other countries, bro. Like the UK will be like blanket anything with that is even remotely close to this ban. United States, oh well, they took a molecule off, so now the ban doesn't work. Now we have to write a whole new thing. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting.
Do you get any of this in the news? We're just jump right into the submarine, the missing Titanic submarine. Is that like
Big
local
topic.
news for you guys? Because it's huge in the United States. This missing submarine.
It is local news. It does keep popping up on like the radio and that at work. I mean, I don't really watch much TV. I watch more obviously Netflix and YouTube and that, so I don't really see adverts on TV.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, we hear about it, and obviously you've got social media and everything else that's showing it all.
Blasting it, the memes, dude.
Yeah.
The memes on the first day.
Oh,
God,
yeah,
I've never
yeah.
forget
Yeah.
how horrible the internet is now. Like
It's bad.
this brings me back to like when Kobe Bryant died in that helicopter crash. The
Oh, yeah.
fucking horrible things I was
Yeah.
seeing on that first day. I'm like, good lord, the dude
Yeah.
just died. Like,
I
Yeah.
recently saw his like autopsy.
oh
fucking
yeah,
photos. That
I
was
know.
bad.
They
It
brought.
wasn't like
I'm
photos,
not
it was
looking
like
at
just
that.
a skeleton.
Yeah.
It was literally just a skeleton. But yeah, that was fucked. No, those people in the submarine are dead, like without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
99%
ran out of
sure. Yeah.
oxygen like half a day ago now,
Yeah, and no one's heard from them.
and that's and that's
too-
if they weren't panicking. Because when you panic,
right,
you
yeah,
take more
exactly.
air, dude. Like
Exactly,
you're
yeah.
hyperventilating, and these were like billionaires. You know, they probably were
Mhm.
freaking out.
So essentially, what happens for those that don't know, what was it called?
OceanGate
was the company?
submarine. I think.
OceanGate.
think
Yeah,
the
I always think
company
of
was,
Pizza
yeah.
Gate when I hear that. OceanGate is a company that was like, we're gonna go down and look at the Titanic 2 miles under the sea. We're gonna go check it out, and it's $250,000 a seat on this submarine. I think there's like 4 seats, so it's millionaire's trip, right? Billionaire trip. And there's only 5 submarines in the world that can go 2 miles under the sea without like to completely just you can't, you're just destroying it. I think there's 5 of them or maybe less than that. So these people took one of those 5 out on that expedition, and they are lost. No one's seen them, and it's been like 4 or 5 days now.
Yeah, and would you like me to get in? Has it been 4 to 5 days? I think it's just been. Maybe it has
Maybe.
been. I don't know the length of time
pretty
when it
long.
went
I
missing.
think it was Sunday they went, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they're
If I remember
definitely
rightly,
dead.
Sunday.
They're
So,
definitely so dead, unfortunately.
I think they had. I think it was about 60 hours worth of spare oxygen on board, or
Okay,
emergency oxygen.
gotcha.
So
So
yeah,
scary.
I think today 12:30 Eastern was the deadline. I think,
God damn.
if I remember rightly.
Jeez.
Well,
It's
some
brutal.
other details here too is that they're using a fucking $45 Logitech wireless controller to
Yeah.
fucking
I've seen that.
power the damn thing to move it around.
That's not uncommon though.
It
That's
isn't.
very
No,
like
it
very
isn't
common
common.
in the military because it's easy to use. But what's stupid about it is that they have a wireless one.
Yeah.
Why is it not wired?
Yeah.
Because as soon as you go under that water and lose the Bluetooth connection, you're done for. Like Jesus Christ.
Or whatever it's using. It could just be
Yeah.
like one of those 2.4 gigahertz wireless chips. But again, right? It just make everything fucking wired at that point.
They
Like,
they don't have. I know U.S. submarines and all like military submarines have some type of flare system that will shoot up from wherever down you are, just go all the way up to the surface and like a big red blotch or some
Yeah.
shit. Don't they have that?
Well,
They gotta have something like that.
well, another thing, maybe they do. Another thing, Jack, is that half the parts on that goddamn thing were from Camping World.
Really, I didn't know.
Like
that.
from like Gander Outdoor. Yeah, dude. And that window, that like one window on the front of it by the bathroom. I think, what did they go to, like, how deep's the Titanic? 4,000 feet, wherever it is?
So
I don't
deep.
know. Something
2
super
miles
deep.
under.
That window, supposedly somebody found, like, where you could buy that window online. It might have been from Camping World or somewhere else, and that thing's rated to, like, 1,500 or something. Like, not, like, to the pressure depths of as far as they went. So, for all we know, they went down, and it just cracked and busted. And they all died immediately, you know? Like,
it blew open. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I wonder if they had any cameras or anything, and you can just catch your last moments on there. What did Woody on PKA said? He said, "I bet they're all gonna fuck when they're in there because they're about to die. You might as well just hey, let's fuck while we're in here before we die." You know what I mean? Like that's probably what they did, right? At the end of the day, now they're dead.
The billionaires. I don't know, man.
Even if you find them, do you want to crack it open?
I don't think if I knew I was gonna die, I'd be able to get hard. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It's just like
they probably thought they were gonna be saved, but little did they know.
No, and then also too, they were bolted in. So like they're either all dead in there or well, they're all dead in there. There's no way any of them could have even gotten out of that freaking tiny window if it did blast open when not with all the pressure and the water coming in.
You know, I can see they're like, oh great, we made it to the surface. Oh shit, it's bolted in. We're gonna bake in here in the sun. It's like an oven in this thing. And they're just roasting in the sun in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
What didn't they say there was 4 safety ways to get it to the surface?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
See,
Probably
they didn't.
Probably.
I heard that, and it's just like, well, how come did all 4 ways fail? Like, or maybe it didn't. Maybe Jack's right. Maybe right now it's just floating in the ocean somewhere over there. It got way veered off from from where they're at, and they're just baking.
They are just baking somewhere. Dude, I can't believe with all the sonar and shit we haven't found them. But I guess, with all the currents and shit, they could be pulled anywhere. But man, I thought we had better sonar than that, like underground, like at least picking up big giant things.
I mean, the thing that's crazy to me, and Ricky brought this up, I think, when we had him on, or maybe he just brought this up outside of the cast, but we have we spend all this money trying to explore space when like 80% of our oceans haven't even been like fully mapped and like we know like what's there. I feel like knowing our planet's a little more important right now than knowing space, because who knows, there could be some crazy shit down there.
Aliens.
It's
where they've been all this time, is under the water. Turns out.
I mean, honestly,
you guys are looking to the sky. They fooled us. No, Commander Fravor and the whole U.S. Army, the U.S. Air Force came out and said that, but they've been dealing with crafts underwater since the 30s. It's documented.
Really?
So, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's it came out with that Commander Fravor incident and the Tic Tacs and all that shit. I don't know if you've heard of that.
No, I haven't.
You haven't heard of that?
No. Well, tell me about
that's
this.
Like that's one of the biggest undeniable proofs of alien life. Is Commander Fravor was a U.S. Air Force pilot. He was one of the elite guys that led with the Twin Towers. He was one of the guys that led the team out to go and see, make sure the airways are good and shit. He was one of those guys. Very trustworthy guy. He filmed these Tic Tac crafts that would go 30,000 feet in altitude down to 0 in a blink of an eye, and he recorded it for it's like 30 minutes of footage. It's all online, you can watch it.
Would they kind of look like the submarine?
They look like Tic Tacs. They just look like big round Tic Tacs. That's how he described them. And it's not just him that did it. His entire fleet saw him, and it's all on video. And he goes back to his Air Force, and they're like, what's up with this? He's like, oh yeah, we've been dealing with underwater and crafts like that in this area since the 30s. It's just been like that. And he's like, what? So he ends up putting that video out. I think he ended up getting discharged, but he went on Joe Rogan and talked about it. Very interesting. If you haven't seen that Tic Tac video, it's just like grainy, like radar, but it's very scary when you see this object clearly drop 50,000 feet in altitude in a second, and then it goes back up. And it just hovers. It doesn't move or anything. Can't believe you guys haven't heard of that. Check that
No.
out. Cool UFO shit. Commander Fravor, very reputable source. It's a daily dose of UFOs. I mean, because it's been in the news all, fucking, and at least in the United States, it's been in the news a lot lately. The so-called UFOs we're shooting down, but who knows how much of that is true.
What do you think, Kryptonite? You think you believe in extraterrestrial life?
I don't know. I don't. I don't think they exist how
We
we
think,
think they exist.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
If that makes sense.
I get it. I don't know if we've been visited. Like, it's so hard to man, it's tough. Like if they're like visited in the sense of like from somewhere else, probably not. Visited in the sense of like, do they exist and they live in the bottom of the ocean or some shit? Potentially.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, because I mean, as far down as to the ocean we've been, we have, found like well, not fish because they're not fish, weird looking creatures that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like life in space and that, I think is very much the same as that. I don't think they're aliens as we perceive aliens. I think they're just obviously creatures that we've never seen.
Yeah.
For sure, they're cross-dimensional beings from another world.
Yeah.
But no, I am a firm believer that there are aliens, and I think they are in contact with our planet, and I think they're here now. Can't prove it though. I just like to choose to believe that, mostly because I'm too scared of the opposite, that we're the smartest race so far, and this is all we've done.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, shit, man, like that's it, really? There's no other like Anunnaki or like fucking giant dragon talking people that are like way smarter than us.
Yeah.
I hope there are. That'd be awesome.
I don't know,
Yeah, I
man.
mean,
Yeah, go ahead,
as
Kryptonite.
I say, I'm kind of, in two minds. I say that I see them as, I think there is, unknown creatures out there. But on the same token, I'm like, as you say, are we the only life form in the whole universe? Like, I find that hard to believe.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely,
I'm
me
kind
too.
of in, two minds
Yeah, I
of
get you.
what's out there, sort of thing.
Like there's definitely
I'm open-minded, shall we say?
yeah, and
Either way.
we're definitely not the only mistake. We can't be. Like the only evolutional
No.
genetic weird mistake that just happened. Or like for all we know, there's a planet just so far away that's literally almost Earth and evolving in the same way we are, but they're like thousands of years behind us. You ever think about that?
Well, yeah,
All the
well, I
time.
mean, it's like, we are only one universe, and we know that there's other universes out there. So who's to say that there isn't another planet like Earth in another universe?
Yeah,
You don't know
exactly.
because we don't know. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, why does space look so bad at like why do pictures of universes and galaxies look so badass from a distance, but then like you think about how dangerous space
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, it's pretty metal. It's a metal concept that if you just keep going up, you can just keep going. Like, what do you mean? You could just keep going forever. Like, that's so hard to conceive. Is like, man, what the fuck? Imagine there was like a wall, like the Truman Show or some shit, where you just hit a wall at some point. No, this is
Yeah.
you can't go past. It's out of bounds.
I
You can't go that way.
I don't know much about space. Do have you guys heard? Do they have a theory like when you're leaving a universe, does something change, or is it all just space? Like,
I think time
is there
will
some
definitely
type of
change.
like
Yeah.
threshold you pass through? Okay, yeah, time would change.
Well, yeah. Time will change because they say that when you look up and you see a star that's moving, that star doesn't actually exist anymore because of how long it takes for the light to travel from there
Yeah.
to here. That
Holy
star's
shit.
gone.
hmm
Like, as in, that star's billions of years old.
Yeah.
So far gone. Yeah. The time dilation would be very real. Like it's been theorized you can obviously go forward in time, but you can never go back. So time travel is possible as well, theoretically. There's just
Yeah.
one theory that I liked that was pretty goofy and out there, but it said if you put somebody in a box like 4 feet by 4 feet cube and it was black, and that's the only thing that they saw their entire life and they didn't leave, and it was just pitch black 24/7, No, just knock out. They don't have to eat or sleep or drink or anything. Eventually, your mind would go so insane that you would time travel in a sense that you would start imagining all this other shit in front of you. And
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I can't remember who came up with that, but I'm like, huh, that'd be kind of interesting. That just
Yeah, I
because
think
the absence of nothing will make you like go forward in time. It's weird.
a few people that have done I can't remember what they're called now. Them pods, that basically half filled with water but complete darkness, and like you
Mhm.
obviously lie there for hours and stuff. They've said the same thing.
Oh, like a
You know,
deprivation chamber.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't think of what it's called. Yeah, like they can lie there for half an hour, but they think they've been there for 6 hours. You know,
Right.
they've just got no
I
sense of
wonder.
time whatsoever.
I wonder if we could do a podcast from the deprivation chamber.
Dude, I would not want to fucking do
I
that,
don't
man.
know,
I
man. I've
doubt
seen
it.
spiders, man. You probably couldn't even have the audio because it
Could
has to
you
be
get you'd
closed.
have to find someone that would custom make a deprivation chamber that's got a screen in it and a microphone
Yeah,
and a
honestly,
camera.
we should film from. They haven't. They said Minneapolis. I'm pretty sure the world's most silent room. Like there's the absence of sound. It's just
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
in there.
Well, you
The
can't you
room where
like hear
you
your
can
own
hear your
blood?
blood. You can hear your
Oh,
blood moving through your like arteries because
I
it's
don't like
so
that.
quiet.
I don't like
Yeah,
that.
it's Minneapolis. You should check that out, Paul.
I
It's
don't
just
know.
filmed from there.
It's in my city. I don't know if I want to
I'm
go
pretty
in.
sure it
Oh,
is.
dude.
Yeah,
What if I
actually.
just go in there and I'm like doing a vlog and I just like I'm like, "Oh, it's pretty cool." But then like it's like 2 seconds my face and I immediately vomit. Like,
That would be pretty funny. I think they'd be pretty mad at you if you did that.
oh yeah.
You won't be welcome
Well, have
back.
you seen I think if you're talking about that one room, it's got all the weird acoustic shit on the walls to make it super silent, like all the
Yeah,
weird
that. Yeah,
ripples.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, if you were to vomit on those, I mean, that'd be a bitch to clean. They'd be so pissed, dude.
Yes, this they would actually. But I think you'd pay a lot because that room was probably not cheap to make. I'm gonna be real. Spray costs a lot.
I'm gonna look that up after this because I'm curious to see like how it's like how does it work?
How it's made?
Yeah,
Yeah,
how
no.
it's
I
made.
think like Vice made a video on it or something, but it was really cool. Um, any
I think
topics
it's
y'all
just
would? Oh,
the
keep
way
going.
they're all the way the walls are all angled. It's like the sound bounces
Yeah,
off them so many times it doesn't actually reach anywhere. It just dissipates.
Oh, okay.
I
That makes
think
sense.
like so the waves just bounce around that much that they just fizzle out. Is the easiest way to explain it. I think that's how they work anyway.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Um, Kryptonite, how's life going in the UK? How have things
Yeah,
been
it's
lately in
going
general?
it's going warm.
Yeah.
It's warm. I mean, yeah, the past few years the summers have got hotter, and this country's nowhere near prepared to be this hot. So that's all fun.
central cooling.
There are, I say, office buildings and bits and pieces like that with aircon, and obviously cars have aircon, but obviously our houses don't come with aircon, so
Oh,
it can get a little bit warm.
my apartment unit doesn't we just have like an in window unit, you know, like a couple
Yeah,
of
yeah.
those. But yeah, I literally found that out recently that a lot of Europe doesn't have AC in their
Nope,
buildings and stuff because they never
nope.
needed to.
Yep.
No, we don't really. But I think as the years go on, with how the summers have been the past few years, I think they need to start thinking about it because it is because of global warming and all the rest of it. It's going to get hotter,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
and it's going to get colder in the winters as well. I mean, like, yeah, last year, and probably the year before, and this year, um, I have noticed more and more that there seems to only be summer and winter now. There
yeah,
isn't
man.
much of a spring and autumn anymore.
Seasons go
You know,
well, it also like I mean, I'm sure from your perspective, I have no clue like what it is they're growing up, but like growing up here, I like or growing up in Duluth where Jack is 2 hours north of here, there was rare like we did get seasons, but it wasn't long. Like we would get spring and
yeah,
autumn. But then like I kind of understand what you're saying though. Like I moved down here a couple years ago. It's only 2 hours away, but it's very different because Duluth is on like one of the biggest lakes in the world, Lake Superior. So like that is basically like an ocean. So it's a lot colder there just because of like the wind and
yeah,
stuff coming off the lake and on the
yeah.
hill. But down here though, it's like I see what you're saying. I swear we didn't even like have a spring here. It literally went straight from like being cold and we had like snow and then like a couple of weeks later it was like 90 degrees out or like 80 degrees
Yeah.
out. And I'm just
Yeah.
like It's crazy. Yeah, you're totally right,
Yeah.
though. There really hasn't, that seasons are dying, which is kind of scary if you think about it.
Oh yes.
No, for sure. They're non-existent. Even summer is almost non-existent up here. Doesn't feel like summer. I think today was actually the first official day of summer, right? Something like that. It was
Oh,
recent.
yeah. Summer solstice was
Possibly, I think
yesterday.
maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that when they do it? The
Summer
summer
solstice.
solstice? Yeah.
I don't know.
Because yesterday
Summer
was the
solstice.
longest day of the year. Or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, it was. It was pretty long. Yeah, a couple weeks ago we had one of the coldest days in June since 1999. It was 40 degrees at night,
Wow.
which is pretty damn cold.
Yeah.
Fahrenheit, of course, yeah. Gross.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the majority of this week, in fact, probably the last 3 weeks, apart from the bit of rain we get because of the humidity and stuff, we've been averaging about 28, 29 sort of degrees centigrade, which for us, that's a hot summer. I mean, a few years ago, we were probably averaging around about 25, 26 was basically maximum. So, as I say, over the past few years, it's gone up quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah. It's I feel like I bet you 95% of the people that would listen to this would kind of agree wherever they're at, it's gotten warmer, because I hear that from everybody.
Yeah.
And you're, across the world right now, and you're, same thing. Like it's just like it's everywhere. And you bring up an interesting point. I didn't think about it when you mentioned the how it's getting colder in the winter. It totally is. I didn't even really
Yeah.
like think about it, but it definitely is. And I guess the reason why I haven't thought about it is because Duluth has some brutal winters, bro. Like growing up there, it being on the lake, horrible. But then down here, it's a little more timid. So like maybe I'm just getting that effect because like it's just not as brutal down here in general in the winter. But I think it is getting a little colder here as well.
Yeah, I mean,
It
see,
definitely is, yeah.
for us, I say it doesn't. It has started to now, but it wouldn't snow very often here in winters. But the last couple of years, we've had quite a bit of snow, and the big issue with that is because we're not used to having snow. We don't know how to cope when it does snow,
Mhm.
and that's the biggest issue. And I don't mean a lot of snow. I'm talking, 3, 4 inches, something like that. So not a lot compared to other places,
Mhm.
but we find our schools and our works just completely come to a complete shut because no
Yeah.
one can get anywhere
Right.
because we're just not used to it snowing.
Yeah.
I forget it's not normal to almost die on your way to work every winter.
No.
Yeah.
Just like, oh
No.
man, if I
Jackson,
burn out today on the highway, I might die, but
how
also I
how
gotta
many
go to work.
how many inches did you get in that last big storm this year in Duluth?
Oh, I think no, I don't know the how many inches, but for total like year fall, I think we got like 250 inches, a little
Yeah.
more than that.
Wow.
Yeah,
It
Duluth
was
is
a lot for
crazy, dude. So
those
Let
7
me
months, 8 months.
that last
let me
storm,
do a
That was
quick
bad.
Google and see
Dude,
what
yeah.
we had.
so our snowbanks got so high that we didn't know where to put the snow because it was just lifting your entire shovel above your head and just throwing it over because that's where you had to do it. It was brutal, dude. And my dad's like, if we get another like foot, we're fucked. Right? You don't know where to put it.
Mm, 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 mm. Why is it so difficult to find out how much it snows
I
in a
know
country at a
it's
certain
Yeah,
time of
right.
year?
it's super difficult. I think, well, if I'm remembering from memory, the last storm, because Jackson got it as well, but we got it in Minneapolis too. We get less snow. I think we ended up over the course of 2 days getting like 26 inches or something.
It's something crazy.
A little
It was
over 2
brutal.
feet
Mhm.
here, anyways.
Just
You guys got
wouldn't
like
stop.
3 feet there. You want to know what? People were still fucking out and about, ripping around in their trucks and
Yeah.
shit. They don't give a
Oh yeah, I was
fuck,
out.
dude.
Hell yeah. Bald ass tires. I'm a danger to society. It's fun. I love driving in the winter. No, I don't. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I just sick of scraping off ice off my car because I don't have the luxury of a garage. It's the only worst part about winter. And I don't wear gloves because I'm a man. So I'm just and I miss a chip and then I hit my hands and they're like frozen solid and it hurts even more. Like, sucks. I'm so over
So
winter.
when
I want to
so
leave.
when do you normally get your snow? What time of year is it? Sort of the end of the year. and then through to the next year.
Probably like October, and then it ends
is it?
in March, probably.
Up
So about 8
there
months.
as early as like late fall.
September even. Yeah, even September.
So ours normally hits around about January, February,
Okay.
Okay.
and it's not a lot of snowfall. I mean, it's probably a few weeks, but not consistent snowfall.
Right.
You know, so we don't have a lot at all.
Yeah.
Just looking here. Obviously, I'm sort of more the Midlands / south of England, so it's a bit warmer down here. We get less snow. But if you go north to Scotland, where it's very mountainy and stuff like that, they get more snow up there. They normally get it quite bad. But the UK on average gets 23 days of snowfall per year, and
Wow,
that's
I
it.
wish we got that.
That'd be so nice. Yeah, that would be a really good
It's a
perk.
constant struggle. We're damn Eskimos over here, bro. We're building
Yeah.
igloos and shit in our front yard.
Yeah, honestly, I wonder if the snowfall gets worse. I think the biggest problem to me that I could think of for like England and all that is like the roofs caving in, because we've had a lot of that happening in Duluth. Just shit caving in. I mean, Target's almost did. Our local mall, their roof caved in over the winter, which was pretty brutal. I think they're still repairing that. They're not even done. It was like half the roof was just done for. But I really thought it was funny though, because after that roof caved in, all the local schools closed schools to clean off the roof. And I'm like, weren't you supposed to be doing that anyway? Like, why did it take the roof caving in to make you clean it off? Like, you would have just caved in on a school, and then it would have killed a lot of people. But I don't know. I digress.
So Kryptonite, I was looking over some more of your content, catching up on some things I missed. Are you kind of done with the Hydroneer content? Are you moving into other games? Like, what have you kind of been gaming on or thinking about releasing for content soon? Or what games
To
have
be
you been
honest,
enjoying as well?
what games have I been enjoying? I don't know. I did enjoy getting back into Hydroneer after the last update. That was good. Obviously there's a fair bit of content on that, but I
Yeah.
do think I've done, for the content that's in the game, I think I've done as much content as I can do with that at the moment. And then in regards to other games, I'm kind of just sort of playing around, just having a look at sort of the same sort of, you know, simulation factory builder sort of genre, more of an indie style, just looking for, you know, quirky little games that pique my interest, basically.
Yeah, man.
So I haven't got one that I'm playing like solely at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to find something that's kind of grabbing my attention at the moment.
Oh, I get you. You know, that's how I found you. Is I was like, I found this quirky game, Dinkum, and then I bought it, and then I was like, damn, I don't know how to do half this shit. And then like I just YouTubed Dinkum, and you're like the first one that popped up. And then I got really into that game, loved it. But yeah, it seems like you kind of like the those style games where there's building involved, crafting involved. It's literally like tutorial-esque. Like you could make tutorials about anything and everything in it, and that's like a good way to make a lot of content. Or show people how to do certain things maybe more efficiently than other ways in the game. So like that's cool. Yeah, I like those style games. I just don't play them that often. I mean, Dinkum was probably the last one I really and Minecraft, I guess if you consider it. We had that server going for a couple months and then did the classic Minecraft burnout and now it's just sitting dormant. But no, man,
We'll come back around.
Yeah, it'll come back around. I still got the server. We'll get back into it at some point. But yeah, man, that's cool. Lately I've been playing which is very opposite to those games. Have you ever heard of Returnal?
No, I haven't.
I think I've heard it.
So-
I've heard of it, but I don't think I played it.
So it's a PlayStation. It was a PlayStation 5 exclusive, but it came out on PC like 6 months ago. And you know how most PC ports are utter garbage? Like they always have problems.
Yeah.
This one was one of the few I saw with overwhelmingly positive reviews. The only reason why I never bought it right at the beginning is because like I wanted to get a PS5 and I just never ended up buying one. So I just bought it on PC. It was a $60 game. I was like, whatever. I hate spending $60 on a game, but I did it. And I like the Dark Souls games. I liked Elden Ring, and this is basically just that, but in space. Like,
okay.
it's third person. You crash land on this alien planet. You're this lady astronaut, and then you get weapons and upgrades and you fight these aliens, you get through the planet, and then every time you die though, you get sent back to the beginning of the game. The ship crashes again, but in a different way. Like, and you get a different cutscene like every time. And
Ooh.
and as you die, the world changes. Like the pathways change. Things generate differently to get to that next objective. So basically, you say you get to this objective, and you die. You don't necessarily have to redo that objective. You just need to get to that one after that. So you still have to go through everything though. So like,
Right.
kind of how to explain it right now. I'm not that far into it. Maybe like 8 hours, not even. And
Pretty far, actually.
I don't know. Well, it's a game where you die a lot, so it's you will die a lot, and so you land on this planet. I got through the first area, which is like you have to do a few things, and then you beat the boss of that area. So after you beat that boss, you get this key that opens up a portal, and it brings you to the other side of the planet, and it's like a desert area. So like right now I'm in like a woodsy side of the planet. It teleports you to like the other side of the planet. It's like the desert. And I've gotten to the boss here, but I can't fucking beat him. I keep dying. But basically, if I die at that boss, dude, I get sent back all the way to the other side of the planet where the plane crashes. And then I don't have to go fight that boss again that got the key, but I have to get to that portal again to go back to the other side of the planet. So it's really like, you don't want to die, but it's not as like, it's forgiving in some senses, more forgiving than Dark Souls. Like there's a lot more buffs and things you can have that make your character a little better. And then also too, like if you fall off the map, you don't die, it returns you to the top, but like you lose a good chunk of your health. So like it's forgiving in that aspect.
Yeah.
The only thing you really keep is like I think there's like certain equipment upgrades and like items that you get that you keep on death. Everything else, so like your guns, whatever, just go away. So it's pretty
Damn.
It's
pretty unforgiving.
It is, but I like it. I like those style, like it's a challenge, and I think I can beat that boss in the next time or two when I go to fight him. And I have no clue what happens after this. Do I stay on this planet? Do I get sent to another planet? Do I take a portal to hell on the planet? I don't know.
I might have to check that out. That sounds good.
Yeah,
sounds
I'll
interesting.
check that out.
It is fun, and it's a beautiful looking game too. Like the graphics are freaking really awesome. But it's like I was saying last night, I was like, fuck this. I'm sick of returning is literally what I said. Like when I died, I'm like, I'm sick of returning. I'm so pissed.
Eternal. Sick of returning.
Yeah.
I've been playing Outlast Trials lately.
Is that
with
the
Buddy
second
Carter.
one?
It's like the third or fourth.
They made that many now?
No, I think they made I think fourth. If you don't count the DLCs, but I kind of count those because they're like a whole game. It's multiplayer, Paul, though, and it is good. It is fucking fun as hell. If you want to get a quick spook, that it's like it's very hard, but once you get the hang of it, it's a little easier, and you feel like you've accomplished something when you've ran away from all these fucking maniacs and shit. Paul, you got to get it. We got to do Gutterball streams Outlast.
Okay,
Trials.
we'll do that. And then what we also got to do is we should try to record and play some Phasmophobia with Kryptonite. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Have you ever played that game?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm so bad at it.
So scary. I might think playing Outlast now, I think that's scarier than Phasmophobia. I'll be real. Both games hold in their own right are terrifying though.
No, I might buy it, Jack. I'll come play. I'll come get scared. I'm down for getting scared.
I think you like it.
I generally don't like horror games just because I don't know. They're just I don't know.
I can watch people play horror games. I can watch people play them like for hours. I can watch them. But I hate playing them.
Yeah, same. I'm about the same way.
But I don't hate playing them because I like playing them. I just hate playing them.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm gonna be real.
Especially like doing it with friends makes it more fun. But yeah, go ahead,
does.
Jack.
Oh yeah,
it's a love-hate. Because after the podcast, I'm gonna play some probably solo until my buddy gets on. But I'm like excited, but I know my heart rate's gonna be too high for the next 5 hours because I'm gonna be scared consistently. But it's really good. Upgrade system is good. There's a really great variety of enemies and shit, so it holds up. It's only in the beta, so I can't wait for them to finish the whole game. I'm trying to max out everything before they release the whole game, but I think you still got about like 8 hours of gameplay and you can replay it. So
Yeah.
Nice.
The last gaming content we did was Sons of the Forest. Well, if you don't include the Minecraft stream, that we actually uploaded to YouTube, and we haven't done gaming since that. And we didn't even finish it. We did like 2-3 episodes,
Yeah.
and that was it. And I think it's just because like a lot more goes into that for us, and we're already doing this once a week. I think we just need to dedicate more time. It's really just me being busy, but
I don't think. I think for both of us, at least me, I don't think gaming vids are my vibe. Like, I think that's just not the content I want to create
and
personally.
it's not
That's
what I
not,
want to really make either. I like
you know,
doing it. That like when I am
I
doing
love
it,
playing
it's
it,
fun.
yeah.
But then
Mhm.
like the thought of what goes into it and whatever, because like more props to you, Kryptonite. You doing that all
Yeah.
on your own, like that is some tough
Put a
shit.
lot
I
of
forgot
work
how
into
much
that.
time goes into that, and especially your shorts.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I was
Yep.
like, how did this man get like 150 goddamn Kelvins in Sons of the Forest? I was watching that.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
That's
It was
funny.
like his game was lagging so bad. He had this
Oh,
short,
yeah,
and there's
it
like
was bad.
150
many.
Kelvins, and they're all standing there staring at him.
It was bad.
How are you?
Yeah,
Did you
it was
get?
fun, but
I remember last time we had you on, we kind of, at least I did, kind of got you on the short binge. We're like, hey man, you start uploading shorts. You see any good views coming from that? And I mean, because that's where we get a lot of our subs pretty consistently, or through the shorts.
yeah, I've been lacking on the shorts. Only because with the videos I've been making at the moment, I'm struggling to find parts of the video that's short enough for a short.
I get
Absolutely,
you.
yeah.
I'm struggling with.
100%.
It's
Yeah,
tough with long
know,
form content too.
it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
with our long form content, it's different because we're just talking. Whereas like with your
Yeah,
long form
yeah.
content, something could be happening in the game that isn't as quick, and shorts need to be
Yeah.
short. You know,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
People
Yeah.
have those monkey brain. Like, I try to keep ours to like 25, 30 seconds. So it pretty much goes, someone says a joke, someone replies, we laugh, in short,
Yep.
repeat. And that's just kind of the recipe, and it works. But yeah, with that, man, I can't imagine you have to edit all, especially you also have to change the ratio. So you got to make sure you're
Yep.
capturing everything on screen you need to. So I can't imagine, but they do look good when they come out. So
Jackson's
yeah.
gotten really good at them. I mean, honestly, we've had
Yeah,
some
okay,
banger
Adam.
shorts, and it's also too like it's always the shorts you don't think are going to be popular, the ones that are popular. Then you have these ones that you think are like way funnier or way better, and they get like 3 views. It's like, what the hell?
Mhm.
Like, it's like, why algorithm?
It's
This
hard to
one's
tell.
supposed to be good.
I'm just waiting for
I have
YouTube to push it out one day.
I have got one short if I can find it.
Also go through your shorts too.
It's a short that I made from an older video, and it's Car Mechanics
32,000.
Simulator.
Oh, I saw that.
Damn.
32,000. Nice. I like that. Let's
Nice.
see it.
But that was just a simple, giving someone giving everyone the code that gives them everything in the game, and it seemed to have like blown up, and I've got I don't know thousands of views on that one.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But
think we've got
but
that.
also I did obviously a longer form video of the same code, and that short has been pushing that video.
Oh, that's good.
Right. Okay.
I don't know how old. Let me have a quick look, and because I can't remember how old that video is. But it's fairly old.
Our shorts are a lot more popular on other platforms other than YouTube. Like for some reason, our Facebook Reels or whatever tend to get a lot more traffic, and then also like Instagram. I don't know how Facebook's been lately, but I mean Instagram or Facebook. We had what did our most popular short have for views on there when we last looked?
Like 125K views.
Yeah.
Maybe more now. Probably. I haven't looked at that one in a while.
And
Once you get the initial hype, you're like, and then you don't look at it.
Yeah,
again.
you never
I don't
look at
care.
it again. You're like, whatever.
I don't care
Oh, no,
about
I do.
views anymore. The only thing I'm waiting for is that brand endorsement. That's how I'm fine about
yeah.
views or subscriptions.
Yeah. The short is just a little trick on the game. Basically, you take the wheels off a car and put some cheap wheels on, and then sell the car back, and you make some profit on it somehow.
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that short I published in October 21, and it's at 32,000.
Damn.
Nice.
And then I've got my most successful long form, which it's not very long form because it's only 2.5 minutes. That was posted at the same time. That's at 22,000.
I saw that. That's awesome. I like to hear it.
That's
Glad
good,
to,
man.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
glad YouTube
not
is
too
pushing
bad.
small creators.
I think we have the same amount of videos as Kryptonite has, and he's got a huge subscriber count, which is good. That's great. I mean,
Is
we
it?
also do very different content. So that's the thing
Yeah.
too, is like
Yeah,
a
I
lot
know.
more
It's
people are it's
yeah.
hard to get people to watch or listen to a podcast than it is to like
very oversaturated.
you always get. I mean, like me, I was like, how to do this in Dinkum? How many other people type that in? No one's looking up
Oh, yeah.
dumb idiot heads on a podcast and then getting us, you know.
Hey, speak for yourself, buddy. I
Well,
don't know
no,
if
but
you guys.
that's the difference though. I've gone for more, searchable content. You've just gone for more, content in general that people will come across and find.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
No, for sure. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the general attitude towards YouTube lately is seems like people want less studio and high budget YouTube channels lately because a lot of these other channels have been blowing up, like that old guy Paul on YouTube. What was
Yeah.
that guy's name?
Dry Creek Wrangler
Dry
School.
Creek Ranger. People are loving the era of like raw 2008 era YouTube where we got backgrounds like this. I don't know, just
Yeah.
the comments I read on YouTube and even in person, I've had people at work be like, I kind of like watching your podcast because it's more real than I guess like in a sense of you're still working 9 to 5s and you're not in like a $10 million studio, you know? I don't know. I think a general
think you're
attitude
right.
towards small creators are getting way better on YouTube.
Well, think about this.
oh yeah.
What's a YouTuber you used to watch a long time ago that's still highly successful, and how much have they changed, and do you still watch them? For me, in the early days, I used to love watching Linus Tech Tips. Anything tech, anything about
Yeah,
computers,
yeah,
I'd watch Linus
yeah.
Tech Tips. But then it got so corporate, like it got so scripted and studioed
High
and
budget.
moneyed, high budget, that
Mhm.
I don't care for those videos anymore. And I like the rest, a majority of his crew. I like the people he's hired, but like I don't watch it anymore. It doesn't, it's
Yeah.
too, I like to find like random niche YouTubers that don't got a lot of like production quality. I like that stuff. It is pretty interesting. It's better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like what's
It's the
another
way YouTubers
YouTuber?
For
are
me,
intended.
Yeah.
for me, I think it's probably I think the one that I still watch is Captain Sparkles or
Oh yeah,
Jargon,
yeah.
that's his name.
Yeah, those old
See,
yeah.
I've been watching him for quite a few years, and obviously he does a lot of Minecraft content and everything like that. He's got millions of subscribers. He's got I think 4 or 5 different channels.
Wow.
And he could probably make his own fancy studio and do it all properly, but he doesn't. If you watch his videos, he's got a good like webcam, but he's just sat in a room with a plain white background, and
Mhm.
sometimes he doesn't even bother doing his hair. He just gets on with it. And it is just a bit more raw rather than all the fancy lights and scripted and all the rest of it. Sometimes it's just nice when it is a little bit, what's the word? Yeah, like raw and like
Just
natural
amateur
is
a
the
little
best
bit.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I like that. I think my YouTuber was probably be Taffy's Man Cave. He's still so small, but he used to do a
Mm.
YouTube series. I don't know, Mr. Woofles or Mr. Woofles. I think that was his name, that YouTuber. But he used to do like this guy did a podcast back in like 2007 when no one else was, and you do these story times, and those are really big. So I still watch those every once in a while. So I guess I do have, and he is still in that like raw form where he doesn't have that much subscribers and it's not big budget. But I like
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
I think it
Yeah.
works.
Kryptonite. Did you know that I had like an electric scooter?
No.
Okay, so in between the time I last had you on or we last talked, I bought like an electric scooter, and I don't know how popular they are over there, but over here, like you can rent them everywhere. They're everywhere. Well, I
No
bought.
laws.
Yeah.
There's like no laws. Like they're a gray area, dude. Like,
Yeah, they
and
are.
so I bought one that goes 50 miles an hour. Okay, so I bought like a
Wow.
beefy, really nice put a bunch of mods on it, made it really sick, beefed it up. It was a great scooter. But my problem was and my thought was the reason why I bought this one is because even though it goes fast, it's still lighter than some of the other ones. But I live on the second floor of my apartment, so getting it down the goddamn steps, it's 80 pounds every morning and up every day. I was already sick of it after like 2 months. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sell this. I want to buy a nice camera so that I can make better content for the channel. So I went and posted it on Facebook Marketplace this last week. I sold it last night to this guy that he was a heavier set fella, which is fine, but I told him like he can't test ride it until I have the cash because the max load on it's like 260 pounds. And I knew he was bigger than that. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like, I understand. So he gives me the cash and he's asking me all these questions about it. I tell him everything about every mod, this, that. Gives me the cash. He's ripping it around the parking lot of the school because I met in a public spot. And he's like, oh my God, this thing's so fast. This is great. This is awesome. Can I get your number so I can ask questions? I'm like, sure, I guess. But like, you know, I sold it. Like there was nothing wrong with it. I never had a problem with it.
Yeah.
And he fucking wrecked it last night. Not even an hour. Not even an hour after I think almost destroyed it. Like he got it up to 45 and he said he took one hand off the handlebar and it jackknifed. And he fucking went over the handlebars and he's like, oh man, like I'm all fucked up. I should have been wearing full gear like on my motorcycle. I'm like, dude, I told you to wear a helmet and shit. Like this thing doesn't fuck around. And here's the deal too. He kept asking like, what's the range at max speed? What's the range just cranking it the whole time? It's like, dude, I don't know, because if I was to go 50 on this all the time around here, I would be arrested by now. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally, I would keep it in gear 1 or 2 and cruise 20 to 25 to work in the bike lane because I'm not a prick. Like, you know, like, and don't get me wrong. When I first got it or whatever, yeah, I got it up to 50 once to see, and that shit's scary on an electric scooter. I was like, it's stable, but like, I'm not gonna do that, you know, all the time. This guy though, I could just tell the way he was in the parking lot after he got it, he was just gonna beat the shit out of it, and that's what he did. So he crashes it last night. He texts me, oh man, like this thing is so hot. Like the battery's so hot. I'm like, well, what have you been doing? He's like, oh, I've been going to max speed and I crashed it at 45. And he was like, the battery's saying it's almost drained though. And I've only went 3 miles. He's like, you told me it would go this far. And I'm like, dude, like, first of all, he did the one thing I told him not to do. They have a little battery indicator like you have on your phone where it's like a battery symbol. And if it's full, that thing lies. On most electric things like that, you want to look at the voltage meter. The voltage meter doesn't lie. I told him, look at this number. I told him if it hits 50, then it's going to shut off. Because like that's like, I set it to shut off at 50, so it has 10% battery left, so it doesn't like drain the entire battery. You're supposed to really like treat large batteries like that differently. And he was like, oh, my mistake. It has like a ton of range left. And then like he messages me this morning at like 8 a.m. He texts me a photo. The rear tire had like exploded, bro. Like I put tire sealant in it, Armadillo's tire sealant. So if it got like a puncture, it should like, you know, fill it. It was splattered on the whole back of the scooter. And I'm like, dude, what did you do? And then he was like, can you send me the link for the tire, the tube, the rotor? I'm like, why can't you find the link? Like, you know what it is. I told you where to get it. This guy was just fucking bothering me so hard today about it. And then he goes, I need a link for the rear rotor and everything too. And I'm like, what did you do to the brakes? And he goes, oh, well, it came damaged like that. Like you sold it to me damaged. And then that's when I was like, you know what, dude? I didn't. You fucked it up. That thing was like tip top. I had no problems. I'm like, sale was final. And I just blocked him because like, I'm not going to deal with 31 questions after I sold it. You're just fucking wrecking it. Like you are. I never crashed it. I never laid that thing down, you know, like, oh, so just like,
did you get a picture of the crash?
No, no, but he told me like the entire front fender came off of it and he scraped the stem really hard and he fucked up one of the hand grips on it. And I'm just like, dude, like, why are you even telling me about this? It's not my problem. I have the cash, sales final. Like I can't help you if you're just going to fucking break it. I think what he was trying to get is he was trying to get me to fix it for him because I've worked on it. And no, I'm not going to fix it. It's not my problem anymore. But the reason why I bring this whole thing up is because I kind of wondered, like, I never thought of this. Is Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, or if you've heard of Craigslist, is that stuff kind of big in the UK? Is it like, is there a lot of private selling over there? Or like, what do people use? Do people use Facebook? Do they use Craigslist? Is that a thing? Like,
we don't use Craigslist.
Okay.
I think that's more your part of the world.
Yeah.
We use a lot of Facebook Marketplace. I'm trying to think what we used to use before that. I think it was more eBay, and I think a website called Gumtree as well,
Okay.
if I remember
Heard of that.
rightly. But yeah, now everyone just uses Facebook Marketplace because it's easy.
Have you sold something on there?
Yeah, I've sold a few things on there.
Have you ever had any?
Yeah.
And have you ever had any weird like encounters?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. See, that's the problem, bro. I fucking hate selling shit like this stuff. Like this thing that just happened to me. It's like, dude, he was trying to blame me that the tire popped. How did I pre-pop your tire, bro? It was fine. You were riding it around in front of me. Like, I'm like, no, you fucking hit a nail or you ran over something or you fucking are just, well, maybe too heavy for it and you fucking popped it. I don't know. But
Yeah, I haven't had anything crazy like that. I've had a few where I've said that they're buying it for a present for a relative, but they can't come and collect it, so they're gonna send a DPD guy to, come and pick it up. But they want me to send it first before they pay me and stuff, and I'm just like, no, you're right.
Yeah, yep. No, anything like
right,
that where
thanks.
it's like send money first or it's like, oh, send me the item first, I'll make sure this happens. It's obviously a scam. Like, and even if they're the most trustworthy person, I had a gas scooter, kind of like I had like a moped about a year or two ago. And then when I moved down here, I sold it because in the city, dude, people drive like fucking maniacs. Up where in Duluth, where there's like not a lot of people, it's like way easier to cruise around. And I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about other people on the road,
Yeah.
And I thought it was a scam. Some guy from Israel messaged me in broken English saying he wanted to buy my scooter, and I just didn't respond because I thought it was a scam. Then his son messages me, who lives here in the States. He's a doctor here. He's telling me that, like, no, that's legit. That's my dad in Israel. He wants to fly in from Israel, buy my scooter, and do an entire cross the United States trip on it, sell it, and then go back home over, like, the course of, like, a couple months. And I didn't believe it.
Fair enough.
I didn't believe it, but, like, they weren't asking for money in advance. Well, it happened. I aligned time with the guy. The guy flew into the airport in the city. He brought all cash, American. Legit. He looked over it, broken English. We communicated, though. His son wasn't there. His son lives somewhere else in the States. But we went over it, whatever. It was all good. He took it. And then he texted me like 2 months later, like, hey, I made it to California. This was my last destination. I sold it for what I bought it from you for. And like, thank you so much for like selling it to me. He like texted me before he left the country.
Fair enough.
And I was like, that was like the weirdest selling experience I've had on Facebook or anything. I was like, the dude actually came from Israel. And it turns out his dad wants to move to the States. His dad's a doctor over there. His son's a doctor here. But if his dad is just waiting to retire, then he's going to move here. Because if he were to move here and try to work, like he has to like redo a bunch of schooling, because that shit just doesn't transfer. But so that was the weirdest thing for me. But yeah, you'll get scams. But I just hate when I have like a interaction such as this where there's like, yeah, I kind of feel bad, but it's also like I didn't do anything. Like, like there's no guilt on my end. The guy went and fucked it up. I had no problems with that thing. But
the only interaction I've had, and it wasn't negative, it was just like hard to communicate. I didn't know at the time the person was clearly like on the spectrum of some sort. So he's just a little out there, but it was a normal dude. I was selling my PSP back in the day, maybe like 5 years ago. And it was like a younger kid, and man, he just couldn't answer, like coherently message back to me, like full sentences and shit. And I'm like, I'll take my chance because it was Facebook and he had his profile. It's like a younger kid. I'm like, if he is really on drugs, I think I'll be fine. But turns out the dude was just fucking so little. I think he might have been autistic or something, but wasn't gonna say retarded. He was not retarded by any means because he bought a PSP and made a very good financial decision. So it's not stupid. I sold it to him, but it was just the weirdest interaction because pretty much didn't say anything to him. I just handed him the money. He kind of looked at it. He's like, all right, thank you. Walks away. I'm like, cool. I just made like $40 on that PSP I bought for $5. So
you bought it for $5?
I got it for so cheap. Yeah, I got it at a yard sale. They didn't even know what it was. I love steals like that. It's good stuff like that. I got that. That's where I got my GBA. I think for like $5, and I got the SpongeBob Krusty Krab pizza episode, where they have the pizza, the Krusty Krab
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
pizza,
Yeah.
pizza for you. I have that, and I have Shrek 2 on GVA, the movie, and it's awful.
It's horrible.
Great steal. Yeah, I watch it every once in a while on there.
No, you don't.
Do you know what? I wonder how much the PSPs are worth now.
Yeah, how much is a PSP? It couldn't be that much, right?
Like,
$100.
did they ever go away from the little spring mini disc out the back? Did they ever have a digital one, or was it always that weird, like, the disc tray popped open like a slot?
No, I
I
thought they
think
had
it was just a disc tray.
Maybe it was.
I don't know. Unless
Interesting.
they had a digital one that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, it was the PS Vita. That one was newer, right? Was that one digital?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. That
Yeah,
was a newer one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
maybe
so.
that's what I had.
Damn,
was the
dude.
Vita, 'cause
So-
that didn't have the
dude,
tray come out.
If Sony
That's what I
came
had.
out and made a competitor to the Switch and the like the Asus ones that are coming out now, or the Steam Deck, like, dude, Sony could probably blow them out of the water. The PSP was pretty sick, and I only owned one for a short amount of time, but I like that thing.
They were cool. I wanted to use mine practically just as like a joke, but to connect to Wi-Fi, you had to like downgrade your Wi-Fi because it was like
Yeah.
it was too powerful. Like it was like we can't handle this Wi-Fi. You have to go and I remember I was talking to Paul about it. He's like, "Don't go and downgrade to house Wi-Fi," and I'm like, "All right, I'm not gonna." But just to
No,
play
they
PSP
couldn't
games.
support, or I think
It was
what-
the security or some type of code.
it was
that
probably
couldn't
like
support.
it couldn't support 5 gigahertz band, and you guys probably have a fucking that's all it's using there, or maybe
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what it was.
It should support a 2.4 band.
Now we have one, but I think before it was just a 5. We do have a
Oh,
2.4
yeah.
now. That was later we got one. So, God, I wish I had that. Sick. Yeah, whatever. I think he'll be fine without one.
Yeah, for sure. Jackson, tell us about your experience buying fireworks. Are fireworks legal in the UK?
Oh,
Yeah, you have to be over 18.
But are there
Okay.
like limits to certain ones you can have? Like, can you have ones that go up in the sky and literally explode into like mortars? Can you have those?
can you buy
Um,
dynamite?
Yeah, can you buy dynamite?
No,
Okay.
probably not.
Okay.
I haven't tried to buy dynamite, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
I
No,
doubt.
There probably is a limit, to be honest. Obviously, you've got the more commercial fireworks that are used for the displays and bits and pieces like that.
Yeah, you can just
We
buy
haven't
those here.
Can you?
You can just go
Mhm.
buy a
Interesting.
mortar and a mortar launcher, and you can just fucking have your own massive fireworks show, dude.
Yeah, we don't have individual shops. It's sort of like our supermarkets and bits and pieces like that will have its own section around
Pre-packaged,
sort of,
yeah.
yeah, around that sort of time of year. You can buy some fairly big ones, but I don't think they're like commercial standard. I think you have to have special, licenses and obviously pyrotechnic certificates and all that lot to
Yeah.
use them ones.
Yeah,
For sure. That makes sense.
Here, like, they'll have like, yeah, and like the local Walmart or whatever it may be, they'll have like a section, but really like what places you want to go here is around this season, like Cat Fireworks and all these other ones put up these little stands in parking lots, like, like a canopy. And-
Right.
yeah, and that's where you get the big stuff. You ask for the stuff
yeah.
behind the counter, and
You gotta go to Wisconsin as well because they have
right
way
over the state,
more lenient.
they're
laws.
way more lenient. Yeah, they'll sell
You
stuff
gotta
that'll
ask,
blow your
though.
hand off. Like,
You gotta ask for that stuff just like I did. So I'm not gonna name the place because I don't want them to get shut down. But it was 11 a.m. Only person in there. She's like, I've been open since 9. No one else came in. I'm like, cool. I'm like, come in there. I look around and I'm like, you know what I want. You guys got like M80s and 150s. I'm like the good stuff. She looks me dead in the face. And this lady was following and talking to me the whole time I was in there. And she was really nice, real hippie lady. She was old, like 60. She goes, M80s, those are illegal. And she stares at me. I'm like, yeah, they are illegal. And she's like, they're illegal. I have some though, if you want some. And I'm like, oh, great, wonderful. How much? How much for the M80s? And I buy some M80s that were not cheap. And then then she described what she told me were half sticks And I go, half sticks of what? Oh, dynamite. I'm like, what do you mean dynamite? She's like, these are half sticks of like dynamite. I'm like, they're like this big, like this round, probably
Do
a
you
little
have them
thicker.
with you right now?
I don't. They're in the garage, unfortunately.
all
But they look like they're all like tie dye and like colorful. So look like a fun little toy for kids. Don't. That thing will blow your fucking hand off. And I tried them, dude, outside. So right up the road, went to Pleasant View and went down in the woods. And it's probably like a mile away. They could hear the sound of that firework, and it sounded like a shotgun. That's how loud it was.
Wow.
So we blew up a bunch of things. I mean, like we put one in a watermelon and it was gone. Like I mean, like an entire watermelon just vaporized in seconds, and it was so goddamn loud it would leave your ears ringing. And like you just got flashbang,
like
or something.
shell shocked.
Yeah, like shell shocked. You're like, you're fucked up. But oh my god, dude, those fireworks are so fun, dude. They're so goddamn loud. Like I lit one off in my neighborhood, and I probably shouldn't have done that because I was so fucking loud. It's literally like a shotgun going off right next to you. But no, I went there and bought them. Really nice experience. Oh, also, she had this raffle box, and it was, I assume I'm not gonna win it, but it was like a whole counter full of fireworks, like $1,500 worth of fireworks. She's like, "Oh, you spent $100 to get the raffle," and I did spend $100. Actually, it was 115, but I haggled it down to 100. So a little Jackson, little trick there. She's like, "Oh, you get to go in the box." And guess how many other people were in the box? And I put the thing in. Nobody. There's no other name in the box. So I put it in there. I'm like, maybe I'll win this $1,500 display because that'd be pretty awesome. So I'm waiting on a call from that. But other than that, fireworks are awesome. Explode shit, great old time. Makes me want to make content and buy a bunch of tannerite and do something cool.
It
Probably
makes
want to blow up a car.
It makes me want to find out how to get that type of inventory, because if this hippie lady can just set up shop on the side of the goddamn road with things that can blow your fucking hand off, how do I get into this game? Where's my fireworks supplier?
You saw Sam's at the cabin last year, right?
Yeah.
Sam had I had the half sticks. He had the full sticks. So they were like this long, this round of fucking dynamite, and he whipped one in the woods at like 2 a.m. and I've never heard anything louder in my life than that. It was so fucking loud. It leaves a crater in the ground when it goes off. That's how big. And those things are scary. But the day I got them, they were on my bed sitting there, and I came home, like I just left them in my bed, and I was like, "Oh, get out of my way!" And I tossed the bag like really hard. Like I whipped that bag. I'm just like, get out of my way, and I stopped for a second. And I go, I'm just going to wait. I think we're good. They didn't go off or anything, but the way I whipped the bag was so haphazardly. I got so terrified because it wouldn't have been one of them going off. It would have been like 30.
Oh, yeah.
So it would have been so fucking loud. It would have blew a hole in the fucking ceiling, the wall, I bet. Oh, I can't imagine how loud that would be. But fireworks are really fun. You got to get them before the 4th so you save some money. I think if I went back there now, she might not have any more.
Yeah, if I remember, I'm gonna try to dress up all American fucking next cast, just like a shithead.
I'll do that. I'm down.
Red, white, and blue, good. Bro. No, I've had a lot of fun with fireworks. I've never really gotten into the super legal ones, but me and my buddies would do dumb shit with them. Like I remember with Max, our older brother Max, we made a sparklers. You guys have sparklers there, right? You light the end and it just like it, goes down slowly. Kids use them. You can make a sparkler bomb with those. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you get as many of those. We literally got like so many boxes, and we just duct taped them all together to the point where like it was a bound set of them, like I don't know, like this big, like a round. And then we lit the center and we put it under an ice cream bucket, and it fucking blew up, dude. Like we were not. It probably was comparable to the sticks of dynamite. Yeah. Good Lord. And then, you know what a Roman candle is? Like it shoots those balls. We would play Roman candle baseball, and that lasted all of about 1 or 2 innings until we quit because we had like a trash can lid, and then like we had the dude like shooting the Roman candles, and you try to hit it with the bat, and one of my buddies actually hit one, but then like what was happening was like they were getting fucking just shot. It was so unpredictable, the accuracy of it. So it was like it hit my buddy in the face when he was setting up the bat. We're like, all right, we're done. But like we were deflecting it with like trash can lids and stuff. It was pretty fun.
Do that. No, fucking, we were in the parking lot at like 2 a.m. and there's no lights in the parking lot. The only light is on your phone. So we lit a Roman candle, and unbeknownst to Glenn, he lit it and pointed it the wrong way towards his face. So he's holding it like this, the end towards his face, and I'll never forget it going off because that's all you can see in the dark. It goes right towards his face. I think it did burn off his eyebrows, a good majority of it, and a bunch of his hair on the side. It just scalded his hair, and he's like, he flips it around and shoots it again. But I'll never forget that. That was so funny. He's almost literally giving himself fucking. He's gonna get a touch up. He's gonna get a face job there, a facelift, real quick.
You got any crazy fireworks stories, Kryptonite?
No. It's too strict over here.
Yeah. You can still have a little fun. Yeah, I get it. It's strict.
I feel like legitimately, like, and versus my neighborhood versus yours, I think if I lit one of those in your neighborhood, I think some type of police would be arriving at some point.
Where?
Not here though. They're just like, whatever.
In the UK?
Probably nothing. In the UK, yeah.
Oh yeah. They'd be pissed if you lit off something that sounded like a shotgun. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you'd have cops there.
Even in Minneapolis, I don't think they'd care though, Paul.
No,
they'd be like, "Oh, a shotgun? All right."
Dude, I mean, have you heard of Minneapolis, Minnesota Kryptonite? Like, we've been in the news for some like horrible cop shootings, this is where okay, dude. They like I hear pops from time to time, and I'm gonna be real with you, I can't tell if they're fireworks or guns. Sometimes I think I straight up heard gunshots a few nights ago. Like just like rapid fire over the river and the others, because in the north end over the river it gets like really fucking dangerous. Like it's like that's where Somalian gangs and shit hang out. You don't want to fucking go over there. Like they'll jack your shit. They'll fucking
fireworks echo, gunshots don't. That's how you know.
Fun fact. Interesting.
Yes.
Oh, I never knew this. Fireworks. Oh, that's right. Fireworks make the more of the boomy or at the end the echo, whereas like gunshots are gonna just be more of a snap or a break in the sound barrier, like immediate.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Never thought of that, but yeah. So probably was gunshots then. The other day, if I think about it, then
Murder Apples.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure over here, because we do sort of, let fireworks off in the garden when we've got family and stuff around, because we only sell fireworks around sort of October, November for the 5th of November, which is Guy Fawkes.
Oh, you guys, that's right. You guys celebrate that.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
That's when that's when we have our fireworks and that on sale. I'm sure that if we had some that were rather loud, I think there'd be a few neighbors ringing the police just to make sure they're fireworks.
Yeah,
I think it's that strict over here, basically.
In Minnesota,
this is our firework time right now.
In Minnesota, a lot of them are illegal. It's just like Wisconsin's right there for us, so like you just go over the border and you can get whatever you want, and then like cops don't really care. Like they don't. Here's the deal: majority of the time, you're lighting off illegal fireworks, and the cops do show up. They're just gonna be like, can you guys just stop or give me them? And then they just walk away. It's not going to be like, here's a ticket, you're going to jail, whatever. No, it's usually just going to be like, as long as you aren't being a fucking idiot, they're usually going to kind of let it slide or just be like, hey, just don't do it anymore today or something. But like we had this notorious neighbor at my parents' house behind us where would call the cops on literally like me lighting off one firecracker, which was legal. And so it got to the point where it was almost just like I was doing it on purpose to piss her off. I'd launch bottle rockets like up over like her house, and they would like not get near her house, but they would go up into the sky and blow up. And those are illegal. And the cops came one time and they were like, these are illegal, right? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, just don't do it because she keeps complaining. Is literally like what the cop told us. He's like, just stop. He's like, just don't do it here. That was it.
Yeah, no, pretty much. They're not going to do much, honestly. And I love Wisconsin because Wisconsin is like sort of the Wild West, because in Duluth, I guess in the world now, actually, it's 21 to buy any tobacco, weed products, any of that, alcohol. But over in Superior, right across the bridge, 30 minutes from me, they don't abide by that rule purely because they said until the cop comes in and enforces it, we're just going to keep selling it at 18. So it's really nice because you can go down there. They won't card you or anything, at least as under 21 back in the day. But I always wondered how they got away with that because it's still that way.
In the
Like,
UK, what's the
I don't get
smoking?
that. It's 21,
age?
right?
No, 18. 18
Really?
for
It was
smoking,
18.
yeah,
It was 18 here for such a
biking.
long time.
Yeah, for buying yeah, not just smoking, even vaping, because it's got nicotine products in it.
Yeah.
Right. No, for sure.
So yeah, anything with nicotine or alcohol is 18. The same with
Everything's 18.
like fireworks and stuff like that is all 18. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. As it should be.
Here it was 18 smoking, and then 21. It's always been 21 for drinking here. It's always since I've been alive, and that's just like a federal law, I think. And then, but yeah, now it's like 21 for all smoking now too, I think is what they're getting at. So that's sick.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't think we won't raise the age the same as the fact that we won't ban smoking completely, because us as a country, we make too much money off the tax.
Yeah. And
pretty much.
Yeah, and the thing about it too is just like I don't know. I know it's the classic argument, but it's like I don't know how old you have to be there. I know you guys have some type of army or something, but it's like here, it's like you can go fight and die for your country at 18. You should be able to have a fucking beer. Like,
Yeah,
like
makes
what?
sense,
Like
yeah.
if it's like if you're able to get enlisted, have a rifle, and like people count on you and depend on you to protect the country, and you can't in your off time have a cigarette or have a beer, that's fucked up. It's like
Make
it's
it
so
all
fucked up
one
to
age.
me.
It's so corrupt.
Then make it so that we're not an adult till 21 then, and make it so you can't enlist till 21 or something,
Exactly.
Like,
I think it should be lower unless those kids is as low as 10. Get them in there at 10. U.S. Army's got the kids. Spartan program. So I've drank 2 of these throughout the cast now. The Reef water,
You've
and
had
they
2.
suck.
They're not
I'm
good.
like not even buzzed at all. It doesn't do shit. They taste like piss. They don't get me high. I'm not buying them
They're
again.
water?
No, they're Reef water, but it's like with
THC. Okay,
It's-
I thought it
and
was gonna
kinda
be some like fruity beverage. So if it's just fucking water and like agave, what does it taste like? Is there any fruity flavor? Is it just water?
No, you know what it tastes like? A green apple Jolly Rancher. That's what it tastes like. Exactly like that. Just imagine
That's
a
like
drink
the
that's
worst
like that.
one. Who
It
likes
is the
green
worst
apple
one. That's
Jolly
why it
Ranchers?
sucks. That's why it's gross.
Quick, Kryptonite.
Also-
favorite Jolly Rancher flavor. Go.
Don't know, because we don't have them.
Wait, you,
oh right. I
They
thought
don't
they
have
had
Jolly
the cool
Ranchers.
ones over there. I'm thinking of Japan.
Oh,
They
that
don't have Jolly
we
Ranchers?
can. I have seen them in certain shops.
Gross.
Like, because we've got certain sweet shops that will do. Obviously, we'll have sweets from like Asia, so
Oh, yeah,
Japan,
Mhm.
China, and obviously we'll have sweets from America, but they cost an absolute fortune
Oh, really?
because
Right.
they're all
The import,
imported.
yeah.
Mhm.
They cost a fortune.
They don't have
Damn.
much shops
And
like
I know
that.
they won't let me bring that
What's-
shit through customs, but if I was to go over there, I'd bring you a goddamn pack of Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah,
if
I would.
could.
What's at the top of your head? Is there any like snack or food you can't get over here that you really enjoy in the UK? And then maybe we can give you ours, because I don't know what you guys have that we don't have, or vice versa.
Yeah, same. I don't really know either.
I
Well,
bet there's
there's one
quite
Jolly
there's
Rancher.
quite a lot.
I was surprised with Jolly Ranchers. There's probably a lot more.
Yeah,
You guys gotta
I'm
have
sure I
them.
could probably get
Come up
them
with
from
something.
Amazon or something like that, but
For sure.
Yeah.
I haven't really tried.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, what's a favorite snack, I
Um,
guess? Probably anything packaged, I guess, that you can just get in the
Packaged.
store or in cellophane.
What snacks have I been eating lately? I don't even know really.
I don't know, to be honest.
That's fair.
Like Chex Mix, is that a
Mm.
thing?
Yeah.
Chex Mix has gotta
You guys got
there's
Chex
something
Mix over there?
I don't know.
Really? Maybe you don't. If you don't know what Chex, if
C-
you don't know what top of your head, you probably
yeah,
don't.
it's
I don't
CHEX.
really have many sweets, if I'm
Oh,
honest.
That's
oh,
fair.
it's not really a sweet, yeah.
Which is probably why. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Chex
Okay.
Mix is like a it's more of a chip assortment bag.
Like it's a healthier alternative. I don't know how to describe it.
Ah, right, okay. I've googled it and I can say I haven't seen them.
Chex
Okay.
Mix. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
There's one.
Well, they got
Yeah, our
the black
American,
bag, dude. Oh,
uh,
this
our
bold, great
Americans, we
flavor.
love our sweets. We love them.
We love our
Mm.
sweets, our
Deep our
Oh yeah.
snacks.
sweets.
Yeah.
All that shit.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
a reason why the fat American thing is everybody here is pretty fucking
It's pretty
large. I mean,
fat.
I lost a lot of weight. I'm getting in shape now.
Same.
Because I just didn't want to be the. Okay, here's the problem, man. I started going bald like last year. And so now that I shaved my head bald, there are no overweight bald guys that look good. So I'm like, God damn it, dude. Now I have to get shredded
You
because
have to.
I'm just going to be bald and look like a fucking dickhead. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm on right now.
Do you know what I think we should do?
What?
We should somehow arrange for you two to send me a box
Ooh,
full of American
Oh,
stuff, and I'll send you some UK stuff.
that is a super
But
good
deal.
idea.
We'll
Deal.
send a box over. I got you. Yeah, I'll have to research and make sure we don't send anything that you do have
Yeah, yeah.
over there.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
But no,
I'll do the same.
I am more than willing to
And
do
then
that. That'd
we
be
can come on
awesome.
the cast and
Oh
then we can
yes.
open them
Yep.
and we can try them
Yeah,
out.
that should be
Yep.
fun. That's a really good idea. All right, that's
That's
an
a
idea
super
right
good
there.
idea. Yeah.
Perfect. Write that down.
I'm going to jot
Write that down.
down.
Write that down. Yeah. No. Then you could just trash on all our sweets. We'll trash on all your food. This is garbage. I don't know what they're eating over there.
Yeah, honestly, man. Yeah, you might. We're probably gonna. I hear this all the time from people that visit anywhere really in Europe or like UK, that stuff, Norway, whatever. That the food over there is just 10 times better than ours because we put so much fucking garbage in it here, and that's what I'm excited to try in Norway is to see how much better the food is because I bet you we send a lot of this stuff to Kryptonite. And he's gonna be like, "This is garbage, dude. Like, how do you eat this? Like, this is
Processed
horrible."
sugar, refined corn syrup, all that garbage.
I think
Yeah,
I think it all depends. I think
For
it all
sure.
depends on what it is.
Yeah, like you
Because
guys.
I did visit Florida a few years ago.
Oh, that's right.
I was only there for a few days, but I don't know. Yeah, I found sort of your burgers and bits and pieces like that. They were really, really nice, but I can never finish them because they were just
They're
too greasy
huge.
for me.
Oh,
Mhm.
too
Yeah.
greasy.
And and
Mhm.
huge.
They're
And
usually
To be
huge.
fair, yeah. And but I do have to say I do like the way you do your chicken wings, for definite.
You
They
like
are
the chicken
good, yeah.
wings? They are
Oh
good.
yeah.
Mhm. Fried chicken and all that is good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I gotta travel the world more. Definitely want
Same.
to see a lot more.
Have you had like do you guys have like barbecue there like ribs, like pork, brisket, anything like
Yeah,
that?
yeah. We don't have a lot of brisket. That's more sort of your speciality sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We do have it, but I'm 100% sure it's probably nowhere near as good as you lot do a brisket.
I was gonna
Um,
say, if you ever do
Slow
come
cook
out
that.
here, we can go get some barbecue. I'm not saying it's good. Like everybody complain, like, oh, our state has the best barbecue. Who gives a shit? It's fucking barbecue. I just want some barbecue, so I just go and eat it. But there actually is a barbecue place near me here that I love. It's so good. It's expensive, but it's good.
Yeah, because we're in the Midwest and we don't get the barbecue is a southern thing. So the farther
Yeah.
down you go, the better it is. Like Texas, those types of states. So I haven't had good barbecue. I could say I have good cookout.
yeah, we don't have many barbecues. It's more of a sort of when the sun comes out, you get family round and you'll have one in the garden because
Right.
we don't have sun very often, so we make most of it, and then it rains the next day.
Yeah.
I noticed that do you call your backyard like a garden, or is that just
Yeah.
like okay, I
No,
like that because a
we call
garden to
we
us,
call it.
you walk in a garden, you get smacked in the head. That's how it is here. We don't walk in
All right.
gardens, you know. It's always like don't trample on the flowers. It's interesting. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Start
No,
calling them gardens.
we've got front garden, which is obviously on the front of the house, and we have the back garden, which is at the back
Okay.
of the house.
Cool.
And then obviously, if you do like your flowers and that, you'll have obviously flower beds in the back garden.
Do a lot
Just
of the
up.
do a lot of the houses there have a basement?
No,
No. How about an attic?
no. Yes,
Attic.
yeah. Most of them will have an attic, but we tend to use the attics more for storage.
Yeah, that's
Um,
typically
there
some of
are
them. Yeah,
there
most of
are
them are.
yeah there are a few houses that are big enough that you can get the attic converted into another room.
Mhm.
But yeah, we don't tend to have basements. There are a lot of houses and stuff in London that I think they used to be basements back in like Victorian times because obviously it was obviously cold down there, and obviously they didn't have fridges and stuff back then, so they used that for
Yeah.
their food storage. But now they're converted into like a flat or and a sort of a small house basically. Um, so yeah, the sort of things like that. We don't tend to have many basements over here.
Interesting. Yeah, I was just kind of
I wonder
curious
if
about
it's
that.
like what I feel like I've heard it's because of like the soil or something down there. Like it's hard to dig or
That's
like keep it.
that's how it
I don't
is in
know.
the South. So like
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
example, in a desert state here like Arizona or New Mexico, almost I think none of the houses have basements because of the silt or the dirt or whatever is just too brittle for them to put a basement in for it to be structurally sound. So they just don't do basements here. It's just like a
Yeah.
surface level slab.
Yeah, I don't really know the reason why. That could be the reason.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. Things.
but yeah, I know they have a lot that sort of used to be basements in places like London. But yeah, sort of newer type houses or anywhere else really don't really have them.
Gotcha. So you still working on trucks and shit? Is that still what you're
Yep, still doing that.
how's it going in general? I know you've been busy,
It's
but
good. It's going. Yeah, it's going good in general. It's just been very busy.
that's
Very busy.
yeah. Do you are you salaried or like are you hourly? Like
We're yeah, I'm salary paid.
gotcha, same here.
So yeah,
It's a blessing and it's a curse, right? You know you're getting paid the same, but also
yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey, we need you to do this. Fuck. Okay. Like,
yeah.
I
No,
guess.
yeah, we get paid salary, but we can always also book the overtime if we get asked to work extra. We
oh,
can book and get paid for it. So
oh,
it's not
that's
too bad.
nice. They don't do that
No.
here. If you're salaried, that's what you get paid. Like that
Yeah,
that's like
yeah, I mean, not every company would do that.
yeah,
You know, it obviously depends where you're working and stuff.
for sure.
But yeah, I'm quite lucky. I get paid the overtime if I book it. So, but I can't do the overtime without them needing me to do it, if that makes sense. So I can't just choose to stay an hour late and then book the time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Makes
So
sense.
Do you so you mentioned you watch like Netflix and stuff because I don't watch a lot of TV either. I mean, who really has a cable subscription and shit anymore, man? Like, I don't know. Like I just stream everything
I
now,
don't
but
think a lot of people do.
yeah, it's
No.
all older people that they can't get with the times. But I was gonna ask, like, are there any shows you're into right now that you've been watching that you really, really enjoy? Or maybe that you've
Um,
just finished or on anything?
I do like my true crime stuff, true crime documentaries and bits and pieces like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last ones I've watched, but at the moment I'm watching thing called The Days about the nuclear disaster in Japan.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
that's been quite interesting.
Sweet. Yeah, Jackson, I know we probably don't want to talk about it on this show, or Kryptonite probably won't care if I spoil it. I finished Barry yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Have you
You like it?
heard of that show Barry on HBO Max, Kryptonite?
No, because I think we have to pay separately for HBO Max, I think.
Yeah, same. Like it's
Mhm.
so anyways, like it should I spoil it? I don't know if you'll even watch it. Maybe it's only 4 seasons. I don't know.
Only if he's gonna watch it. But
Are you gonna
it was
watch it?
good.
Do you plan on watching
I
it?
probably won't watch
Okay.
it. Probably not.
Jackson, the end of that show, yeah, oh wow.
Perfect.
I don't know. I didn't think the ending was that
perfect.
good. I thought
I
like
thought it was rushed, but it was good.
it was rushed. It seemed like not complete, but the way they ended it was fine. I don't
Mhm.
get why they still went on with the movie not telling the real story about Barry. Like when his son watches it.
Oh, because Gene probably just didn't care enough, and that's just what he was. That's just what the story came out as.
Well, Gene was also went to prison. Like he already knew he was screwed.
Yeah, no, I know, but like I thought that was the whole point. Was he just didn't want to change it? He was just like, whatever. He's screwed anyway.
Yeah, okay, I got you. So he just yeah, because at the end of this show, Kryptonite, the last episode's called Wow, and then like in the last like 5 minutes, the side character comes in and shoots the dude once, And then he goes, and then he sits in the chair and he goes, oh, wow. And then he gets shot in the head. And like, that's the ending of the main
Nice.
character. That's how he dies. He looks at him and he goes, oh, wow. And then just gets blasted. I don't know. I thought it was a good show overall. I think it kind of fell off around season 3, in my opinion. Like season 1 and 2 were masterful. Season 3 was Season 4 was like better than 3. I liked how they wrote Fuchs off in the sense of like, I don't know why Fuchs spared his son like that and just kind of walked away. Because when he,
I know, I think
was he
I don't
trying
want
to
to delve too deep into it.
Was he
but
trying to have a heart?
Yeah, there was a lot of imagery flashing back to Barry as a kid, the entire season.
Yeah.
And I think he was just feeling that type of connection. So where he let him go. A couple things that they left unanswered, which is kind of lame, but not really unanswered, but one is more. How Barry and Moss's dad didn't have a final battle was fucking stupid. And how Barry just waltzed out of there.
Yeah.
And also, Paul, did you think the entire season was a dream? From the point,
yeah,
it
was weird. Yeah, I thought
it was weirdly filmed, like it was an entire dream.
Like I couldn't tell if what was actually happening in the future was real, like with Sally and whatever.
Exactly. No, it was good though. It was the whole entire thing was like, is this a dream or not? But it seemed a little rush. They could have ended it at season 3 and just been done. But I'm glad
the way
NoHo
NoHo Hank died.
Perfect. Very sad. Crystal Ball death was very gruesome and disturbing.
It was.
People getting suffocated to death. But yeah, no, it was really, really good series. I put that at like 9 out of 10. Easy.
I think it was a 7 or 8 out of 10 for me, but it was good.
Oh,
I'm also hard to please. Once you've seen shows like Breaking Bad and The Shield and, well, I'm almost done with The Sopranos. Like, once you see how well written a lot of those other shows are, I'm not saying Barry wasn't well written. It just definitely seemed rushed. And, like, they just didn't know how to end it, but they ended it, and it was fine. It didn't piss me off. Like, you know, people watch that show Lost or whatever that was big all that time. I don't know how people finished that fucking show. After season 2, that show's abysmal.
Yeah, I don't know.
That show is abysmal.
Yeah.
And then after I watched the 2 seasons and it was years later and I never watched it again, I just went and looked up, how did that show end? And I'm like, oh, it was horrible. Okay, good. Because
wasn't it just a dream or something?
Aren't they? The island's just purgatory is what they find out. And everybody's in purgatory. That's pretty much what it is, I think. Yeah, they're all dead already.
That was Hurley's dream.
Hurley's dream.
Or whatever the fuck that guy's name was.
Yeah.
That's how it ended. Garbage.
I
never liked it.
I don't remember much about Lost. I remember watching the first and second season, and like you say, I don't know how it went on for as long as it did.
It fell off
I found
so
it boring
hard.
after that.
Like The Walking Dead, how long that show lasted. I got to I got to the point where Glenn is killed by Negan, and at that point I had stopped watching it, and I never watched it since. And what did they get to, like, I know they just ended it. Wasn't it like 14 seasons or something ridiculous?
Something like that, yeah. I don't know. I stopped watching after that as well, so I don't really care.
But anyways, we're up over an hour and a half here. I figured we could probably call it a show. But as you guys know, it's the Gutterball 1 year, correct?
It is the Gutterball 1 year. Yes, sir.
So look what I got here. I got a little cake with the number 1 on it.
Our Americans, we love our sweets.
We love our sweets.
Gotta have the sweets. Gotta have the sweets.
Please light.
Gutterball year anniversary. Yeah! Yeah, Gutterball! Gutterball! Oh my god, this thing is a tank. This thing
Gutterball!
Gutterball! Yeah! Gutterball! Woo! Year anniversary, baby! Coming out at ya! I just sliced my hand open! Yeah! Woo!
Dude, that stuck a lot more than I thought it would.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
That doesn't quite look right on your door.
No, it doesn't look right. It doesn't
really
look
bad,
right.
Paul.
It looks bad.
Thank you so much, Kryptonite, for joining us
Thank
for
you.
our year
No
anniversary.
problem at all. It's been a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to have you on. It's fantastic. And we will send you that care package. Don't forget, we're going to use some sweets and snacks and all types of shit.
Yes, we will keep in contact and we'll sort that out.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
And what
It'll be fun.
probably try to do is, like, Jack and I will try to coordinate that cast in person so then like we can open it together.
Yeah,
And what we'll do is, I think what I'll do is Jack will either send me money, I'll send him money, and we'll just order a bunch of shit, and then we'll kind of get it.
One of us should ship it out.
And then we'll figure out shipping it out, because obviously shipping ain't gonna be cheap, but whatever. And then we'll get your
We'll
address
pay
or whatever.
for ours. We don't care about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, we'll cover everything. So
yes, wonderful,
good.
wonderful.
Yeah,
You
man.
want to pimp anything Kryptonite?
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna put it in the socials, of course. Everything down below. Check that out.
Yeah, no, just you can catch me over on YouTube mainly, and all the other socials. Just search Kryptonite, and I'm pretty easy to find over all of them.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks, man.
That's
Yeah,
pretty much about it.
yeah. We'll throw your stuff in the description. If there's anything else that I didn't have from last time, just feel free to shoot it my way. I'll make sure it gets in there.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
everybody.
have changed a few names, so I'll drop you a message anyway. That's
Perfect. So thank you so much, everybody, for listening. This has been 1 year of Gutterball, 53 weeks straight. That's crazy. We haven't missed a week yet. Hoping to get a lot more guests this next year of Gutterball here. Get Kryptonite on hopefully a couple more times. And yeah, looking to just branch out our content. We're this into summer. We're planning on maybe getting some things filmed, some things set up. We've been saying that since we started. It'll happen, I promise.
Yeah, before that, about 2 months, not even 2 months ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 casts ago, said I had a project in the works that is still coming out. Don't you think that's Paul doesn't even know about that,
I don't even
but it's
know
coming
about
in
it.
hot. I'm still working on that. Please just bear with me. A little special surprise for you all. So that's all. I wanted to have it finished by today for the anniversary. It's not how life works out sometimes, but we will get it to you soon enough. So just stay tuned.
Stay
for
tuned.
That.
Well, everybody, like, comment, subscribe, and that was Gutterball 53. Whoa!